Today we get to read Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel, page 12 to 19. Here we go. So remember we read how they had dug the canals and made a straight place for highways and airplanes to land. And it was Mike Mulligan and Marianne and some others who dug the deep holes for the cellars of the tall skyscrapers in the big cities. What is a cellar? Look at the picture and make an inference if you don't know that word. Did you say it was like a basement? You would be right. When people used to stop and watch them, Mike Mulligan and Marianne used to dig a little faster and a little better. The more people stopped, the faster and better they dug. Some days they would keep as many as 37 trucks busy taking away the dirt they had dug. Then along came the new gasoline shovels, and the new electric shovels, and the new diesel motor shovels, and took all the jobs away from the steam shovels. Why do you think gasoline, electric, and diesel would take the jobs from steam shovels? Remember how I said that a steam engine has to be run by a fire? So there has to be a fireman, which is what they call them on trains, a man to keep the fire going, to keep shoveling coal or wood into the oven to make the fire go, to make the steam. Don't you think it would be a lot easier to just go to the gas station and get some gas or some diesel? I think it would be. Mike Mulligan and Marianne were very sad. What does the sign say? No steam shovels wanted. All the other steam shovels were being sold for junk, or left out in old gravel pits to rust and fall apart. Mike loved Marianne. He couldn't do that to her. He had taken such good care of her that she could still dig as much in a day as 100 men could dig in a week. At least he thought she could, but he wasn't quite sure. Everywhere they went, the new gas shovels and the new electric shovels and the new diesel motor shovels had all the jobs. No one wanted Mike Mulligan and Marianne anymore. Then one day Mike read in a newspaper that the town of Popperville was going to build a new town hall. "We are going to dig the cellar of that new town hall," said Mike to Marianne, and off they started. They left the canals and the railroads and the highways and the airports and the big cities where no one wanted them anymore, and went away out in the country. They crawled along slowly up the hills and down the hills till they came to the little town of Popperville. Now, without looking ahead, make a prediction about what will happen in Popperville. Will they be allowed to dig the cellar? Or will the gasoline and diesel engines beat them to it? What do you think? Okay, so those are the pages you're going to practice reading today. Do your best expression and fluency. Let's go over some words we need. Have you ever helped your mom or dad do this? What are they doing? Putting gas in the car, right? So what's a long word that means gas? Gasoline. It's one of your sight words, isn't it? Gasoline. Here's another one that's a sight word. Where are these airplanes at? That's right, they are at the airport. Have you ever seen one of these before in real life? Does your family still get this? The newspaper. Newspapers can be fun to read, but a lot of times we get our news online or on TV now. Newspaper. Compound word, news. paper. Now this one looks like rocks, but I'll just tell you it's not rocks. It's a kind of rock, but they're really, really tiny, and you might have these in your driveway. Gravel. So you have a gravel. Can you tell what this is? These are shelves holding lots of jars for canned goods, and there's some boxes of dry food. Cellar. Cellar is where people always used to have a cellar to store they'd grow a garden, and they'd grow all the food they needed for the whole year. They'd can the food and put them in jars, and then they would store it in the cellar. Cellar. Pretty much a basement. And the last word for today. Think about what this is here. Electric. Alright, we'll read through all of our words again real quick. Airport. Newspaper. Gasoline. Gravel. Cellar. That AR is deceiving. Cellar, not cellar. Cellar. Electric. Basically, you have two syllables that are CVC syllables. E saying its name at the end of a syllable. Row 4. Lec. It's still straight CVC. And then you have a blend CVC. Trick. Electric. Very good. Also today, we'll be doing this page to practice the 2 different sounds of Y. Remember how in our spelling rule we talked about on a little short word, the Y is going to say I, and on a 2-syllable word, it's going to say E. Okay, have fun reading today.